Welcome guys back to another video. This is my E46 Touring. It's currently on back setup. I'm just wanting to do a quick video to show the routing of the lines of what I recommend to do. I put around 5,000 miles on this setup. Just bags are not for me. I'm doing S54 swap either way. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lines and go ahead and install S54 with coilovers. But this is basically the routing of the bag lines. This way it's out of the suspension geometry. So this goes into the bag. This is the front one. They're tied together. They go over next to the other bag right here. And then they come through the back of the subframe into the spare tire. I put electrical tape, that way the sharp edges would not go ahead and cut into the lines. But same deal with this other side. Go over the subframe, over the filler neck tube, come back down. One of them obviously goes to the rear bag. The other one goes to the front. Those are the two lines. That one runs to the front through the fuel strap. There is better ways of routing it, but I never drove this car lower than the wheels would let me, that I was able to run. So that the wheels actually touched on the quarter panels whenever it was aired out. So I never had any issues. I'd recommend you to do something different if you're planning on riding really, really low, to the point where you're scraping bottom, obviously. For me, it didn't have any issues. What I did was 2 cuts right here with a Dremel tool, bent the end of the zip tie and fed it through so it would loop back out, and I grab the end and I pull it. That way I was able to put it through the subframe. But yeah, it goes over this tray, goes basically through here, comes back up, and there it is. So this is the front suspension setup. Both ways done the same. I recommend you to zip tie right here to the brake line. The brake line never gets hit by anything, so just use that. BMW engineered it very well, so don't get too crazy, just go off the brake line. Obviously some people would say it's not ideal, this will eat through the plastic hose, but just keep an eye on it. If not, you can go ahead and get fancy and make your own stuff. But this is the easy way of doing it. After 3-4 days of install, it was definitely very nice to have it finally finished. But yeah, both lines right here, I'll get down there. There's one line, there's one line. That's both for the front, and then the rears obviously come down. There's one right there and one right here, and it goes over the subframe into the trunk. And let me get in the trunk and show you all the setup in there. All right, so this is the management system inside the car. So we have this is called the manifold, and it connects here. So what you basically do is obviously positive, negative into the compressor. You generally want dual compressor setup if you've got a big tank like this. But while I was installing one, I over tightened this. So make sure you don't go crazy. Let the Teflon do its job. That way you don't break the actual casing, because this is cast and they're very weak. Essentially, you have the feed line that goes into the tank, and it comes out into the manifold directly. So let's start from the basics, right? Compressor feeds into the water trap system that has an automatic drain down, and then it traps the water and it goes straight into the tank through here. And then this extends out into the manifold and then distributes to all the wheels and tires. This is the plug for the oh, that's pretty badly cut. Interesting. So this is the plug for the controller that goes all the way to the front, and then over here you have positive, negative, and then this is ignition, which I connected to my subwoofer amplifier that goes right here. So it was pretty simple to hook up. But yeah, pretty simple setup. You want to start making grab a drill bit that's big enough for the hose, and then you start making a couple holes, and then you can actually file them over or just break them and bend them out of the way if you don't have enough tools. You generally want to use a Dremel. I think that's what I did. But yeah, that's basically it. I made this jig. You have the spare tire right here. I cut a hole in the middle and then kind of made this and slapped some foam underneath it. That way I didn't have any issues. Cut this to height. You can see there's plenty of clearance right here for the cover to go on top, and it kind of hides everything. I did have to cut this, but obviously this is different than a sedan, so you can still use this same setup in a sedan. I just don't remember if you can do the tank setup. That's up to you to figure out. But yeah, essentially that's how you set up a bag system on an E46.